Oh yeah, I have a big hairy one. What's up everybody and welcome back to Adam and Tyler World. Thank you for joining me today. Well, I'm going to tell you a quick little story, but first I need you to do three things for me. Give me your social security number. No, I'm kidding. First I need you to like this video. Do it. Then I need you to hit the notification bell. Do it. And then if you haven't already, subscribe please. This is something that happened to me just the other day. It's something that happened to me that probably has never happened to anyone else in the history of mankind. So you're going to hear it first right here. If you know someone that's done this before, you're a liar. Okay, so I have a 95-year-old landlord. She's a super sweet lady, super nice lady, and she has a little Yorkie dog named Charlie. Now, she can't take her dog out and walk. That's understandable. She's 95. She shouldn't have to. So I feel bad. Being the nice guy that I am, I was like, you know what? I'm just going to take him out to the park across the street and let him walk around. Now, if you've ever walked a dog, you know how boring that can be. Because you got him on a leash, you're just walking him. All right. Stop, sniff, pee. Stop, sniff, pee. Stop, sniff, pee. Over and over again. It's not the funnest thing on the planet. Let's be honest with each other. So, I thought, you know what? This is getting old really fast. You know what I can do? There's a big park. I can just go to Walmart, get a stake, not like a T-bone, but like one you plant in the ground, get a 100-foot long rope that's pretty light, and then just tie it to his collar, and he just run around and do whatever he wants to. And that's what I did. How do I explain it? One of these things that happens to you when you walk a dog is you meet people. You meet people you never even know. And because they don't go to your work, they don't go to your church, you go to your school, you just random people walking their dogs, just mind their own business. Now, a lot of people don't know this about me, but when I was younger, not even a lot younger, I was a huge introvert. I was scared to death to talk to strangers. It was so bad. It was so bad that randomly sometimes my dad, when we'd go get something to eat at, say, a McDonald's or a Wendy's, he just hit me with a boom, you're ordering your food. It was so scary for me. I'd rather someone put a gun to my head and threaten to pull the trigger. That's how scary it was for me. But my dad was like, you got to learn how to do it. And guess what? I'm 37 and I can do it, Dad. You should be proud of me. But once again, when I was younger, not so easy to do. So when he would drop that little bomb on me, the little bomb on me, it was horrible. One time in particular this happened to me because we went to D.C. with my family. Now, I love my family to death. We went to D.C., Washington, D.C. Now, this was the worst family vacation I've ever been on in my entire life and probably ever will be since I'm 37. I'll probably never get to go on vacation with my family again. So D.C. was the worst. Now, you're wondering why was D.C. the worst? Well, first of all, there's a lot of boring stuff. You go to this museum, you go to that museum, go to this museum, you go to that museum. And meanwhile, there's nothing entertaining. Now, when you're not in the museum, you're walking from museum to museum, and guess what's out there? The sun. The sun is so hot. It does not like this skin. It is racist as heck. Because as soon as I go out there, I go, it goes like, someone's cooking bacon. This is painful out here, but at least someone's cooking bacon. It's not bacon. It's me. I'm cooking. So I was not having it on that family vacation. And so finally, I got to get out of the hot sun. I was going to get to have something to eat and something to drink. I was just waiting. It's like, all right, cool. My dad's going to order my food and have something to eat, something to drink, and it's going to be delightful. I just got 5 more minutes and it'll be over. Wrong! My dad dropped me with that bomb, and he said, hey, you're ordering your food. And in my head, as probably a 10-year-old, I probably said the F word for the first time in my entire life. I was like, ah, God. I was just, you have your line where you've had enough. It was right here. And I was like, God. So I walked up to the lady. Now, here's another thing you may not know about me. I'm a super picky eater. And when I get a cheeseburger, I want a cheeseburger. I want cheese, meat, and bread. I'm 37. That's all I want on my cheeseburger. That's all I've wanted for 37 years of eating cheeseburgers. That's all I want. Now, You throw in the fast food factor. They always screw it up. For some reason, when you say plain, their brain goes, they don't understand what you mean. Like, plain? Okay, so you just want everything? No. I want plain, just cheese, meat, and bread. So every time I would do that, I would get nervous. I'd be scared. I'd probably be mumbling. They wouldn't understand what I'm talking about. So it was always the most crucial point was to make sure I got the cheeseburger correct. Because I don't want to go through all that hell and then give me a cheeseburger and there's mayonnaise just dumped in a bucket of mayonnaise. And I'm like, oh God, I can't eat it. So it was very important that I got it right. And I'd also get a Dr. Pepper. So I went up to the lady, still cussing inside, just, hi, I would like a Dr. Pepper with a plain cheeseburger, just cheese, meat, and bread. And the lady replied, with an accent I might add, Mr. Habib? Now, in my young 10-year-old brain, it wasn't registering. I was like, cheese, meat, bread. She didn't say anything like that. She didn't say anything about condiments like mustard or mayonnaise. That doesn't sound... Maybe she said mayonnaise? No, she didn't say mayonnaise. She said... I said, huh? She said again, Mr. B? I'm over here just... about to have a seizure in the middle of Wendy's or McDonald's or wherever the heck it was at. And I was like, huh? A second time. And so for a third time, this lady fed me the same line and she said, Mr. B? And I went, I don't know what I want. I don't want anything. Next. And I proceeded to walk away from the lady. My family was like, what did he just do in a public place? They knew I had snapped. I'd never done that before in my entire life. I had gotten mad. That was the first time I ever went and had a Charlie Hank moment for me, myself, for me with na 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 na, we're gonna rock you, and the music plays and it just turned into Hank. So, that being said, I used to hate talking to strangers. Now, it's a highlight of my life. It's crazy how the world changes because I see a lot of crappy people throughout my daily life, especially in traffic, in LA traffic. You see people weaving in and out, cutting people off, flipping people the bird, yelling stuff, crazy people on the street. Society is not looking too good. So when I get a chance to talk to a complete stranger and it goes smoothly, I'm like, oh, hey, that was actually pretty nice. You know what? That person's not a piece of garbage. I like that person. And that could be a 2-second interaction. It could be a 14-minute interaction. It ranges. But this particular time at the park with Charlie, I had him out on the collar, on the rope, and he was out probably like 40 feet away. Now, this older couple comes by, probably in their 60s, with a bigger dog. Now, I don't want Charlie, my landlord's dog, to be eaten by any dog. So, I was sitting there, started reeling him in, pulling in the rope, trying to get him in closer, not trying to cause a scene, just trying to pull the dog in so that dog doesn't get eaten, we don't have an issue, and everything's cool. And the lady yells to me, oh, it looks like you're fishing. Now, have you ever said something and you didn't really just think it through, you just kind of, just said it? Well, this happened to me, because as soon as she said, oh, it looks like you're fishing, I yelled back to a complete stranger, oh yeah, I have a big hairy one. Now, if you don't get that reference, you're too young to be watching this video. You should have turned it off minutes ago. And if you do get the reference, you should be in church on Sunday. Because I just yelled across the park, a public park, to 2 strangers, a lady, mind you, that I have a big hairy one. I like to imagine that this couple had been in their house for the pandemic for a year and a half, just like, we can't go out, honey. It's too dangerous. We're gonna get COVID. You have asthma and I have a heart condition, and we should just stay inside. Wait till we get the vaccination, and then we can go outside. And finally, they got the vaccination. And they were able to go out. And like, are you sure we can go out? And like, yes, honey, it's gonna be okay. We're gonna get through this. We're gonna live our normal lives. We're gonna have normal lives like normal people. It's gonna be great. And they go out to the park and they walk their dog. and they see a guy pulling a rope with a dog attached to it. And she says, "It looks like you're fishing." And he yells back, like a psychopath, "Yeah, I have a big hairy one." They went right back into their house and they haven't left yet. That's what I'm predicting. I will never see those people ever again. They've told their family, no, we're Amazon priming everything. We're staying inside. There's psychopaths out there talking about their big hairy things. And I just want to apologize. I am so sorry from the bottom of my heart. I didn't mean that. I was making a joke about the dog. He's not even that big. He's like 8, 12 pounds. But if it was a fish, it'd be kind of a big one, and he was hairy. So if you see this, or you know someone who's had "I have a big hairy one" yelled at them in the park, tell them I'm sorry. Also, speaking of talking about dogs, I don't know if you've ever walked a dog before, but for whatever reason, I've learned that dogs don't understand the concept of a rope and objects. Let me explain. If you have a tree, the dog will run around the side of the tree and get right here and then oh, okay, and just spin and spin and spin until he's like against the tree, like he's a tether ball with hair on him. And also, I don't know if every other dog does this, but I noticed with Charlie, every time he'd go to pee on something, he would make sure that the rope was between his piss and the tree, and every time he'd pee, just right on the rope, like, I gotta touch that, man. I gotta reel it up in the end, and it's got dog piss all over. So thank you for that. Like, I'm doing you a favor, and you're over here just pissing on stuff for me, so thank you. Let me know what you think about the story, if anything like that, once again, has happened to you or anyone you know, because if it has, once again, you're a liar. That's the kind of stuff that only happens to me. That is it. I hope everybody enjoyed the video. Don't forget to like this video, comment below, and subscribe. And as always, I do appreciate it greatly. And until next time, peace.